Yeah, that was me. And I bet most of you have had days that you woke up super late, you hit that snooze button 3 or 4 times, and you have a day that is unproductive or motivated because you did not start your day the right way. What if I told you that setting up a morning routine can help you stay productive, focused, and help you tackle those little stress that you have throughout your day? In this video, we are going to go through what a morning routine is, how you can set one for yourself, and what things you should have in your morning routine. And at the end of this video, I will also let you know how my morning routine is so you can take some ideas and things from it and maybe apply it to your new morning routine. And now, based on my own experience, I'm going to give you 3 benefits that I've seen in my own life of why it's important to start and stick with your morning routine. So number one is that it prepares you for the day. In my case, in the past, I used to wake up most of the days lazy, sluggish, or confused or rushed. And once you wake up in that stays with you all day long, and you will see that your day is not going as smooth as it should be going. But since when sticking with my morning routine, when I wake up with a clear mind of what I need to do, and simply just making that first step and knowing that I own my day, I own my morning, that always set me up with more confidence, and I know that I'm in control of my time and of course of my life as well. So that is one of the great benefits that I've seen, is that it prepares me for the day. So the second benefit is that it increases your productivity and your focus. As we mentioned before, the fact that you're waking up with a clear mind and knowing exactly what to do and in a productive way, you will see that that feeling is going to go alongside you all day. And whatever activity or work that you need to do after your morning routine, you're going to feel that focus and you're going to feel more productive just because you woke up owning your morning. So something that you will see if you stick with your morning routine is that you're going to be more productive and you're going to be more focused. And the third benefit that I've seen is that it lowers your stress level. In the past, when I used to wake up late, sluggish, rushed, and I know that I need to do something that day, the fact that I'm already waking up in that state will just make my day feel unproductive. And most of those days will just be gone just because I did not wake up the right way. And that will just add a level of stress that at the end of the day, even if you don't notice it, that level of stress is there because you are not finishing the work that you were supposed to do or the work that you said you were supposed to do. Now, I'm going to give you some things and some simple steps that you can take for you to build a morning routine. So this is going to be the part that I'm going to explain to you how you can build a morning routine. So let's go straight to number one. And this is something I tell anyone that wants to start something, is start small and easy. This is so important. Because let's say, for example, now you're someone that normally wakes up at 10, 11 or 12, but you would like to be waking up earlier, let's say 5 or 6, and start your morning routine. Or let's say, for example, you want to do as part of your morning routine, you want to read more, and you're someone that normally don't read. So instead of starting with 40 minutes, start small and easy. So in your case, instead of waking up straight up 5 hours before you normally wake up, start with half an hour. And let's say you want to do 6 things as part of your morning routine. So what you can do is give 5 minutes to each thing so you can finish your morning routine in that half an hour so you can start getting used to it. And once you are comfortable, then you can increase waking up 1 hour before the time you normally wake up. And you give each of those things that you want to do in your morning routine 10 minutes. And like that until you get comfortable, and you can read for 40 minutes, you can do breath work for 15 minutes. If you start small and easy, it's going to be easier for you to stick with it and get used to it. So now let's go to number 2. And this one is huge. And I'm going to say it is avoid using your phone. And I'm going to repeat it again in case you have not listened. Is avoid using your phone. This is probably the most crucial thing, because most of us, the first thing that we do when we wake up is pick our phone and go straight to social media. And the first information that we have is garbage, because social media is just garbage. We shouldn't be picking our phone as soon as we wake up, because we're going to overload our brain with so much information when there's no need for it to have that much information as soon as it wakes up. That is just going to create a level of stress, a level of distress, a level of confusion to your brain, because the first thing that you do is just garbage information. If it's not social media, it's messages. If it's not messages, it's emails. And that is just an overload of information, which is very, very bad for your brain. And most of the time, we will go to social media and spend 1 hour, 2 hours in bed, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, because that your level of dopamine is just so high that you cannot disengage from it. And now on to number 3 is don't hit that snooze button. I know it's difficult, I know it's hard, because I remember myself, I would set 5 or 6 different alarms with just 5 minutes different, because I knew that with the first one, I was not going to wake up. So hopefully by the 5th or 6th one, I would wake up. Or if not, I was going to be late for whatever I needed to do. But my question is, how can you build confidence and trust with yourself if you cannot even trust yourself? Because picture this, the night before you said to yourself that you was going to wake up at a certain time, but you're also telling yourself that you better set 5 or 6 different alarms for you to wake up at the time that you said you were going to wake up. So how can you build trust and confidence with yourself? It's almost impossible. It's very, very hard. So I'm not going to tell you to straight up set 1 alarm, because as we said in the first point, you have to start simple and easy. But can you cut that number of alarms to just half? So let's say you have 6 different alarms with 5 minutes different. Can you set it to 3? And you try and make your best to not hit that snooze button when it sounds the first time. And now on to number 4 is give yourself a good night's sleep. This is so important, because if you wake up tired and you try to do your morning routine because you slept at silly hours, but you still manage to wake up at an early time for you to go through your morning routine, you're going to find out that you're going to be sleeping while doing your routine. In my case, the days that I used to sleep at silly hours, but still wake up at a certain time for me to do my morning routine, when I was trying to read, I would be sleeping. When I was trying to do breath work, I would be sleeping. And I wouldn't finish my morning routine, or I would just go back to bed. So making your sleep a priority in your life is going to help you in so many different levels, but especially with waking up with energy for you to go through your morning routine. And now on to the last one, but definitely not the least. Apart from you prioritizing your sleep, this is the first thing that you should prioritize. And this is starting your day with God. Please, for the love of God, start your day with God. As soon as you wake up, the first thing that you should do before anything else is give God thanks. Thank God for waking you up. Thank God for His mercies. Thank God for His grace. I'm telling you, this is the most important thing. And just to take this point straight, I'm going to read Psalms 5 verse 3. So Psalms 5 verse 3 says, "In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my request before you and wait expectantly." When you start your day with God, and you start your day by worshiping His name and by giving Him thanks and thanking Him for His goodness, mercy, and favor upon your life. And after that, you pray for God to bless your day. You pray for God to bless whatever it is that is in your heart. And as it says there in Psalms 5:3, you just wait expectantly because you know God is going to come through. So please start your day with God. So now I'm going to take you through my own morning routine so you can have an idea of what yours can look like, or if you want to take some from mine and add it to yours, I'm just going to take you through it so you can have an idea. So my morning routine is into two parts. So I've got one for the weekdays and another one for the weekend. But they're mainly the same thing, but the times change a little bit just because in the weekdays I've got work and I normally go to the gym during the weekdays. So in the weekdays, I normally wake up at 4 a.m. And when I wake up, the first thing that I do is pray for about an hour or so. And after that, I do some breath work for like 7 or 8 minutes, depending on what the time is looking like. And my breath work is basically counting from 1 to 10. And when I get to 10, I go back to 1. So it would be when I inhale is 1 and when I exhale is 2. So I do that until 10 and I go back again on 1 to 10 for about 7 or 8 minutes. And that really helped me with my focus and staying in the moment. And after I finish my breath work, what I normally do is that I go and read my Bible. So that takes me about 40 to 45 minutes because I normally do a Bible plan. And after the Bible plan, go straight up to read 1 or 2 chapters, depending on how long that chapter is. And when I finish my Bible reading, in the weekdays, I go to the gym. So in the gym, what I normally do is that I listen to an audiobook. So I know that for that day, I've completed my book reading because that is part of my morning routine. And after I finish the gym, then I start my full-time job. And now during the weekend is mainly the same thing. Just as I said before, the times changes. So instead of waking up at 4, sometimes I wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., depending on the things that I need to do on a Saturday or depending on what time I slept on the Friday. Or sometimes I even wake up at 4, depending on, the things that I need to do that day. So when I wake up, the first thing that I do is pray. But instead of 1 hour of prayers, I normally do 2 or 3, sometimes 4, depending on what I need to do that day. Then after that, again, I do breath work. But instead of 7 or 8 minutes, I do around 12 or 15 minutes. And after that, I read my Bible more than maybe sometimes 1 hour and something, depending on how I'm feeling or how the Holy Spirit is leading me, because I have more time to spare in the weekend. And after I read my Bible, then I read like a book. No, I normally use the book app, or I have like a physical book. Then I make sure that I read for 40 minutes. And after that, I just get straight to do whatever work I need to do. And there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And just before I send you off, as we always do, I'm going to read a scripture. This time we're going to go to Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. So no matter what we are doing, no matter what our plan is, just commit it to the Lord and He will just establish it, because that's who God is. So even if you want to start a morning routine, pray about it, commit it to God, and God will tell you exactly what to do. Again, thank you so much for watching. You don't understand how much I appreciate you. And don't forget that I've got a blog which is jerryebo.com, and in there I share my insight, I share the book that I'm reading, I share how my faith work is going, and I also put as well the gospel song of the week, so you can have like inspiration yourself as well. And yeah, it's just a great place for you to be and learn more about who I am and what I do. And in there as well, there's a newsletter if you would like to sign up. In the newsletter, I basically just share motivation, scriptures, and things that have just been working for me in the week, in the month. So if you want to check it out, the instructions will be down in the description below. Make sure you check it out. And again, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video.